We are going to install an Oracle Database 19c in Oracle Linux 7 in VirtualBox. I already installed the OL7 operating system, and I'll just leave the link in the video description. Let's review the OS first. By the way, you can download the Oracle Database 19c installer for Linux. Just need to go to the Oracle website, Oracle 9 Database 19c download, and then look for the Oracle Database 19c download for Linux, and then you can download this one. I reviewed and accept the Oracle license agreement, then download. You will be asked to sign in. So if you doesn't have an Oracle account, you can just click create an account, then provide your email address and details like name, contact number, and other details about you, and then you will receive a verification email in your email address, and then just click that one, then you should be able to download it. So in my case, I'll use my old account. Next. Okay, so in my case, my multi-factor verification tool is via email. You can set up other multi-factor verification. Like there's a mobile application as well from Oracle. And then it's now downloading, but I already downloaded it earlier. So here, Linux 64 193,000 DB home. That's zip. So I'll just cancel this installation. Let's review our operating system now. So details. Okay, so my VM is this OL7. I assigned 8 GB memory, and then display storage. This is for the 100 GB for the OS. And then I added 100 GB for data and 100 GB for FRA, or fast recovery area, for our recovery files. Network, we're using the default NAT, and then I added host only adapter for VM to host connection. And this one we're going to use to connect to the internet. Shared folder, I added this installer folder for our installer files and other stuff. Let's start it now. Okay, from here you can log in as Oracle. And in my case, I can already connect to my VM from my host machine. Let's just skip this one. Ready? Close this one. From my host machine, I can just go ahead and connect via PATI. I will log in as root. And then the things that we can check is the IP address. Here's the IP address that I assigned for this VM, 192.168.56.101. And then for the memory, I assigned 8 GB, but it will just show 7.5 GB. Our swap size is 8 GB. And then for the disk, I assigned 10 GB for the temp. Boot, I assigned 2 GB. And for the root directory, I assigned 80 GB. We are going to put our Oracle Home on this location. We'll just create the directory folders later. And then we can check ls lrt dev sd. So here, this is my data, and this is the FRA disk that we added. I'll just format this later. And I also already run, hold on, the yum install Oracle database pre-install 19c. So the packages that are needed for Oracle database installation is already in this server. And then I updated the packages as well. And as you can see here, I changed the password of the Oracle account created by the pre-install RPM. And I added this group to the Oracle so it can access the one that we shared in the shared folder. So here, as you can see, uh, the installers are listed here. So now, the next thing that we can do is format the disk that we added. So again, ls dev sd. So we are going to format the SDB and then SDC. So F disk dev, let's just copy it. So for this one, new primary, and then just default one for the partition or one, then default, and then we can review the details and then write it. Then let's do the same thing for the SDC. So that's new primary, default, and then write. Now we can check the SD again. And as you can see, we now have the SDC1 and the SDB1. After that, we can make FS. Mount the data file and FRAA disk. MKFS minus T ext4. Then the dev1. And then the C1. Then let's now create the dir, the directories. So that's 2, U02, U03. And then let's mount it. Mount minus T. The type is ext4. And then the device, this one. And then the directory, U02. And then do the same thing for C, for U03 directory. Now we should be able to see them. So here, the SDB1 is mounted to U02. Same thing for the U03. And then we also need to, hold on, etc stub. We're going to add the mount point. So even after we restart the server, they will still be in this operating system. So the SDB1, U02, ext4, defaults, 1, 2. Then do the same thing for U03. Okay, there you go. Let's now create the directory for Oracle. Okay, hold on. Let's change the owner of the U01 and U02 first. Because currently they are owned by Oracle. I mean root. So chown Oracle o install minus R U02. Same thing with 3. Then let's connect to Oracle account. Okay, so for this one, make they are minus P, then U01, Oracle product 19.0.0 because this is just a base release DB home underscore 1. Sorry, hold on. Let's see it. Make they are U01 shown. Let's make it recursive. Oracle o install U01, then connect as Oracle. Let's try it again. Okay. And then make they are U02. Then we are going to place our data in U02 Aura data. And then U03 FRA for the flash recovery area or the recovery files. And then let's check now cd-ln or LSLRTH. So U01 and U02, yes, U03. We can also create in our home, let's create a script folder, script, and then let's create an environment file. So vi or environment that let's say sh insert export Oracle home. Let's create the base first. U01 up Oracle export Oracle home Oracle base product 19 DB home 1, then export or inventory user 1 app or inventory. Then we can already export our Oracle seed. We're going to create a CDB1 database. Then for the path, Oracle home binaries. Then Oracle home OPATH folder. Then the same path. So I guess this is good enough for now. Then after that, let's add it in our bash profile. Oh, because we're currently in script, so that's the bash profile. So here we can just add home Oracle scripts or environment.sh. Okay, let's exit and test it out. Connect as Oracle and then echo Oracle home or environment grep Ora. So the environment is now set. Now we're going to extract the installer. So let's go to media installer. So we're going to use this one, DB home, unzip, use 0q, overwrite and quiet. And then directory is our Oracle home. So we're now extracting the base release in our Oracle home. After that, we're going to run installer. Run installer that will generate a GUI. So you can do this in your uh, system tools, then terminal, preference, Python block, and then for that text, custom font 22, select, close, change profile to Marvin. Is it updated here? Not yet. Okay, so CD, sorry, home Oracle. It's Aura environment. SH. There we go. CD home. So it's now completed. We can go in our Oracle home and then we can check the run installer. So here it is. So we can run the run installer here. In your case, you will do it like this. And then the GUI will be shown here. In my case, run installer here. By the way, if you are using a newer operating system, like for example, Oracle Linux 8, you will need to do this first. Export cv assume list id equals OEL 7.6 before running the run installer because you will receive an error if not. So in this case, I'm using an Oracle Linux 7 operating system. So it's okay to just go ahead and just execute the run installer. You can go to your Oracle home and then you can execute the run install in your operating system of Oracle Linux 7 operating system. But in my case, I wanted to push the GUI in my host machine. Now we can go in our Oracle home, run the run installer. Then it should push the GUI in my host machine. This way we can navigate easier and it will be easier for me to show you what's happening. Okay, so configuration option, let's select the setup software only, and then single instance database installation. We are going to select the enterprise edition, and then Oracle base is U01 app Oracle. And then here is the Oracle inventory, U01 app Aura inventory. Inventory group name is O install. And then for this, we can use the default one because when we run the pre-install RPM previously, these groups will be created. But in my case, I'll just select DBA. So it will be simplified in our installation. And then we can select automatically run configuration script for the root. So I'll just put the root password here and then next. If you did not do that after the installation, it will ask you to run like the root.sh script. It will ask you to run two scripts. But this way, we'll just receive a warning or a notification that there will be two scripts that will be run via root account. So here is the progress. Okay, here is the notification message. There will be a script that will be run as the root user. So let's just click yes. And then the registration of Oracle database was successful. Let's close this one and then cd Oracle home. And then there should be a binary folder and then DBCA executable. Then we're going to run that one. DBCA or just run DBCA. Because I included the Oracle Home binary folder, bin folder in our path. That's why I can just run DBCA. Create database and then advanced configuration. Next, Oracle single instance database and then just select the general purpose or transaction processing. Here for the global database name, we can put CDB1 and then PDB1 for the PDB name. So for this one, select the use following for the database storage attribute. So we're not going to use ASM. We're going to use file system and here you can just go ahead and change this to U02 Aura data and then DB unique name. Then use Oracle managed files or OMF. For the fast recovery area, U03 and then FRA and then DB unique name for the size, we can just set 20 GB. Listener, let's create listener. Then listening port 1521 and then Oracle Home here. So we're not going to enable Oracle Database Vault and label security. So just click next. For the SGA, we can uh, make the SGA 2 GB and the PGA 1 GB. Then for the sizing character set, let's just leave it as the default. Uncheck the Oracle Enterprise Manager. We can install the Oracle Cloud Control 13.5 in our future tutorial, but for now, just leave it unchecked. Then set the administrative password for all accounts, his system PDB admin. So in my case, I just put Oracle in the password and it will uh, show you a warning. And then just click OK. And then create database. Review the details and then you can go ahead and click finish. There will be a progress here. You can check the details as well. And here you can check the logs in U01 app, Oracle, CFG tool, logs, DBCA, and then the database name, CDB1, and then this trace file. Okay, so the database installation is now completed. So here are the details. Global database name is CDB1, SID is CDB1, and then our server parameter file is in Oracle Home DBS, and then the file name is sp file cdb1.ora. PAT etc Ora tab. Okay, so for this one, we can set the restart flag for your database. So N means that if the server is restarted, then it will not start the database. And if it is Y, then it will automatically start our CDB1 database. And then let's connect to the database, CD, and then echo, sign, Oracle, seed. So CDB1, SQL plus, dash sysdba. Here we can show parameter create. So as you can see here, the db create file destination is set to U02 Aura data. And then show parameter recovery. So here is the U03 FRA. And then show PDBs. We created the PDB1 pluggable database. So we can connect alter session set container PDB1. So we're now connected to our PDB. And then from here, what we can do is actually this DBA. So PDBs. Currently, we're now in read-write mode. So what we can do is alter pluggable database PDB1 save state. So if we restart our database, then the PDB1 pluggable database will be opened in read-write mode, because if we did not change this one, it will be just mounted. Next thing we can do is set our TNS entries. So for that one, we can use the net configuration assistant or the net CA. We already configured our listener earlier when we created the database. So what we can do is naming methods, local net, service naming configuration, add. Then the service name should be PDB1. Next TCP, and then host name is OL7. Then we're just going to select the 1521 port. Then let's test it. By the way, before testing it, yeah, let's just use the system user. System. And then we set the password to Oracle. Okay, so test successful. Next, and then PDB1 for the name. We don't want to add another one. Next, and then finish. So we can go to our Oracle home, and then CD network admin. Here is the directory, and then we can check the TNS names.ora. So as you can see here, the CDB1, the container database, and the pluggable database now have entries here. And then we can TNS ping PDB1. So there you go. And then LSNRCTL status. So here is the listener. And then we can check the process. So here you can see the Aura Pmon CDB1. We now created the Oracle database in Oracle Linux 7 operating system in VirtualBox. What we can do now is go to your snapshot and then create another snapshot here like database installed. And then you can now go ahead and connect to your Oracle database. That's all for our video. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye.